Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity. My name is Jay and today we're going to be having a look at the Tiny Wargames Star Wars Legion suitable mats. Now this is the snow one which I have bought from them. I did get it at a discount after a brief conversation with them, but they regularly post discounts on their Facebook and stuff like that, so you can get discounts is what I'm saying. This costs I think about £59. It's equal to other kind of mats available. This is the cloth one. They do rubber ones with the rubber mouse mat materials, but I'm not sure they do it for these mats in particular just yet, but you can probably ask them and they probably would. It's from Tiny Wargames. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. So this is pretty much how the mat comes. I've like done this to have a brief look at it, and it comes in like just an A4 pad. The dog's in the background grumbling. So yeah, let's get it out. It is like ironable because it's cloth, so it should, like, it's probably going to have creases in them, but it's probably going to be very easy to get rid of the creases, if that makes sense. Now what you'll notice is it's a 6x4 mat, but it has the 6x3 area already marked. Now for me, on a table like this, I actually quite like that as an idea, because these are two 6x2 boards, and essentially when you get to like the edges where your cards would go, it's going to look pretty ugly if you just have the brown board showing. So I actually quite like it. This technically, I think they're actually a little bit short of 6x3, 6x4 board, because that's just the tables. I will be getting some bigger ones at the time. Now you will see there are creases, right? But not ridiculous, I think. I actually think it looks pretty damn sweet. There's like if I do fold it myself, you probably can cause creases. But like you can see the crease. It's not a permanent crease because it's cloth. You can literally like iron it. Now I suspect if I rolled this out, it wouldn't even have these creases at all. But yeah, you can see like in the back of there, you've got area for the cards, which would go here. And the playing mat would be, well, the playing area would be obviously where the board is marked out. Now I'm not going to get the iron because I'm a guy and I actually don't know how to work the iron. Jokes, I do know how to work the iron, just not very well. Let's take this off the tripod and we'll have a closer look though. So there is the Christmas tree, which I'm sure you're all very excited to see. But then we will move on to the board, and that's sort of it in its entirety. Excuse the lighting of the board. You can see the table's the thing that's not the right size, because you know, this is in theory where your cards would go. But it's nice to have them available on the table, yet still be able to easily see the playing area itself. Let's see if we can have a look at some of the closer detail. I'll try and get out of the way of the shadow and that kind of thing. Now you can very slightly see the texture of the mat itself, because it is cloth, but I think you can probably see that on all of them. This camera's slightly better at picking up detail than, say, the other one. So if you see my Deep Cut Studios mat, the next mat I probably will get, I'm hoping to be a Game Mat EU one. But they don't necessarily have a 6x3 one that I desire at the minute. They have 6x3, but it's more suitable for Room Wars. Come on, camera, there you go. That's going to pick up the detail there. So I like this little grey. It's a snow mat with a hint of blue, but it's got a bit of grey for some stones underneath. These are just some generic like sci-fi looking borders. And over here, there's some more detail. You can't really see, that's a bit far away. But there's a bit of a cracking like ice effect. And yeah, so you've got a bit of detail here, 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 and here. And the rest is pretty blank, which is one reason I actually like this. It's going to give me sometime like a lot of area to put the terrain and stuff like that, which I don't actually have too much of right now, but we'll go get some of it. So here we are. I've just got a couple of trees and the hill that I made. I'm a little bit short on Hoth terrain at the minute, but definitely have to see in the snow troopers. It's something I will be working on quite soon, I think. Just changing the setting of the camera there, I do apologise about that. Obviously the tree you could imagine with actual snow on it. These are just trees that I made for Endor. Well, no, that's a tree I made for indoor. These are not trees, which I might end up doing a review on if anybody's interested. But definitely really enjoy the way that this looks on the board. I think, just get a bit of focus there, I think it looks nice. Obviously the creases you can probably just iron out. I'm sure if I rolled it up instead of folding it, it would be actually fine. Or, you know, give it an iron and then roll it up, whatever way. But yeah, all in all, I've got to say, the detail's really nice. It is different from the mouse mat material in that sense that this like will get creases, but it's also different in the sense that they'll come out probably quite quickly anyway. If you can just see, there's a little bit there, but it's a lot easier to store. Like what I'll do here, I'll just take off my terrain. I'll just wrap it up straight away and we'll just see how long it takes. Obviously I'm just going to roll my tree around. Because it's mouse mat, because it's not mouse mat, because it's cloth, you can literally, you know, if you really needed to get going in a rush for whatever reason, you know, you could do something like that and it's all done. So, Tiny Wargames, they said they did give me an extra discount, so just keep that in mind. I'm not really biased or anything, but I got probably an extra discount that maybe you might not be able to get. But yeah, let's take that back to the desk and we'll just wrap it up there. So back at the desk, and yeah, this is the website tinywargames.co.uk. They've got many different games on the side here. I'm obviously interested in the Star Wars Legion ones. It just shows that they're 6x4 mats, but they're suitable for 6x3 gaming area. They have these borders, which I actually like because you will be able to put your cards and stuff like that on. Not suitable though if you have a 6x3 table, which I don't think many people actually will, or they do. The cloth material, I don't think they do mouse mat. I'm okay. I quite like it, but I think I possibly might slightly prefer the mouse pad material. But the mouse pad material is generally more expensive anyway. But I can't lie, the cloth one is easier to store, I think. So they've got pros and cons. It's up to you to decide which. The mats that tinywargames.co.uk have, though, they have 4 different ones. They've got grass, very interesting, probably like Endor, desert, Tatooine, Jakku, whatever. Snow one, you know, Hoth, Starkiller base, that kind of thing. And an interesting one is a hangar, which I'm very interested in. I think you'd probably need some like relevant ships and terrain for that kind of thing, but it's interesting that they've gone straight with that concept. I actually really like that. So those are the 4 different mats. Overall, with the product, I'm pretty damn happy with it. As I did say, they did give me like I spoke to them directly and they gave me like an extra discount. I think it was like I can't remember the exact amount, but it was something more than you would probably normally get. So just keeping that in mind as a sort of like disclosure kind of thing. But it's not like a sponsored video. They didn't say you have to give us a nice review or anything like that. They didn't even say I had to give them a review or anything like that. So there's nothing of that sort. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. As I said, I'm probably going to buy like a GameMat.eu one, just so I've got like a rounded collection of the different kinds of mats. And then, you know, I have that as my, you know, knowledge of mats, I guess. So hopefully you'll find that useful. Definitely when you're in the UK, they definitely ship to the UK. It's a UK company, I think, based in Kent. Everywhere else, I'm not 100% certain, so you might have to check. I will put a link in the description below if you're interested in that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. If you like the video, do like and share, subscribe, all that kind of jazz. And as ever, do have a most beautiful day and goodbye. Bye.